We all have pain inside that needs to be released. Sometimes it makes us feel heavy, low, or stuck. And it's not just in your head, it's stored in your body. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to release it so you can feel lighter, freer, and start moving forward. Now, here's the thing. Our nervous system literally holds on to everything we don't fully process. So think of your nervous system like a hard drive. It stores every emotional experience, every bit of stress, every trauma you haven't fully processed. Even if you forget it consciously, your body remembers it, and that stored energy can keep you feeling heavy, low, or stuck. So here we have the scale of consciousness, and this energy that is trapped in our bodies is what's keeping us in these negative, low frequencies. So it doesn't matter how many spiritual practices you use, whether it's meditation, yoga, breath work, whatever it is. If you're using practices like that to bring yourself up, raise vibration, that heavy, trapped energy will always bring you back down. So there's a book called The Body Keeps the Score that talks more about this. I haven't read the book. It's on my reading list, but it talks all about how, the body keeps the score. It stores everything. And the cool thing about healing is that even if you consciously forget trauma that you may have experienced as a little kid, you don't need to consciously remember it in order to heal it. Because it's about working with the body, not the mind. And I'll get into that more later into the video. Firstly, I want to share this example about animals. So the interesting thing about animals, I don't think every single animal does this, but there are animals in the animal kingdom that instinctively know to shake out trauma. So for example, imagine you have a lion that's chasing 3 gazelles. So the gazelles are running, their survival mode's kicked in, their fight or flight. And let's say the lion gets one of those gazelles and it ends up killing it and eating it. And the other 2 gazelles get away. What they instinctively do is they all start spazzing their bodies. And what they're doing is they're shaking out the trauma energy because they instinctively know not to take that trauma energy back to the herd. How crazy is that? Like, animals instinctively do this and humans don't. Another example is like, a swan or a duck. You may have seen them flapping their wings. That's another example of them releasing that trauma type energy. And so humans aren't taught to do this. Instead of shaking out our trauma, it's stored in the body and nervous system. And then you think about how much trauma or, these emotional experiences you've had over your life since you're a little kid. Because I look back at my life and I'm like, man, that's a lot of shit I've gone through that I never got taught how to actually deal with it or heal it. And so I know that I've got a lot stored in my body that I've been carrying around with me, right? So think of it as rubbish bags. Look at the little sad person, right? They've got all these rubbish bags. So think of the stored, unresolved emotions and trauma that's in your body and nervous system as you collecting rubbish bags on your life's journey. The more trauma you experience, the more rubbish bags you're collecting. So you think about how heavy it is carrying all this rubbish bags around with you where you're trying to get to where you want to go. You're on your life's journey. You may, be trying to become successful, wealthy, abundant. But as you're trying to get there, you're carrying all these rubbish bags. It's really heavy. It's weighing you down. It's slowing you down. So it's about releasing these rubbish bags. So you imagine if you release these rubbish bags that you're carrying around with you, and you dump it, this is a rubbish bin, by the way, so you dump it into the rubbish bin, you release it, how much lighter would you feel? How much easier would it be to move forward in life, to get to where you want to go, to be successful, to be abundant? This is what's been sabotaging you. This is what's keeping you in the negative low frequencies. It's what's weighing you down because your vibration is naturally high. So it's not about trying to raise vibration. It's actually about letting go of what's keeping you in the negative low frequencies, letting go of the baggage. How do we do that? I'm going to share 3 different techniques that you can use to start releasing your own rubbish bags. The first one is somatic breathwork. Somatic breathwork is a powerful modality for using the breath in a specific type of way so that you can bring trauma up from the body and nervous system to be released. And I've done a few somatic breathwork sessions. This is something you have to do with a practitioner. They kind of guide you through it. And it's really powerful. It's really, healing and freeing. But it's also something that's quite intense. It's not something you want to do all the time. It's something you do about 2 to 3 times a year because it is quite an intense thing, and it's, you're doing these big energy releases. So that's the first way to start releasing this trapped energy from your body, which will energetically and emotionally free you. The second way to do this, and this is a technique you can start applying today, it's called the letting go technique. I learned this from Dr. David Hawkins' book, Letting Go, and I highly recommend reading the book. In my opinion, Letting Go is a top 3 self-help books. I believe every human being needs to read it. It's all about how we, have repressed and suppressed emotions in the body because none of us are taught how to deal with our emotions. We resist our emotions. What you resist persists. So that's what keeps them in the body, because we resist because we haven't been taught how to actually deal with them. And so the letting go technique is really simple, yet effective. And it's cool because it's something you can do on your own. You don't need to pay a practitioner. I'll teach you the technique in the video and you can start applying it today. So usually when we have a negative emotion come up, we resist it by either suppressing, which is where, you may feel negative, but you're putting that fake happy face on for the world, like I'm happy, I'm okay, when really you're not. That's suppression. We don't want to be doing that. The second way is expression. So even when you express an emotion, you're still storing some of that emotion in the body. And that's not to say don't cry, because crying is a form of release. But crying alone will still cause you to suppress some of that emotion. So it's about applying the letting go technique, whilst you're crying, if that makes sense. The combination of the two will be a very powerful emotional release. And the third way we suppress emotions in the body, or resist emotions, which causes them to be suppressed, is by escapism. So that's where people are using the outer reality to distract themselves from their emotions, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, TV, whatever, people just distracting themselves because, yucky emotion, don't want to know about it. We don't want to be doing those 3 things because that's what stores it in the body. Instead, what you do is when you notice you're feeling negative, you got that yucky emotion there, accept it. Tell yourself that it's okay to feel this emotion. It's okay for this emotion to be here. You accept it without judgment. You accept it without trying to fix it. And then you just allow it to be there. So what I like to do is sit with it, be present with it, and you just allow it. So it's like I'll tell myself, it's okay that I'm feeling this emotion. So let's say I'm feeling frustrated because of whatever reason. So I tell myself, look, it's okay that I'm feeling frustrated about this situation. I don't need to change this emotion. I'll just let it be there. So by allowing it to be there, what you're actually doing is you're allowing the emotion to run its course, and then it will clear itself out. So again, you just allow it and then observe it. So take that step back and be the observer. You aren't your thoughts or emotions. You're the conscious awareness that can take the step back and observe. So you just want to observe the emotion in the body. Observe the physical sensations. Like, for example, you may experience anxiety and your heart may be pounding. So you just observe your heart pounding. So to recap, accept it. Tell yourself it's okay, I don't need to fix this. Allow it, just let it be there for as long as it needs to be there. You don't want to force it out. You just, let it be there as long as it wants to be there. If it wants to be there for a whole hour, let it. And then observe it in the body. And then you release it. Because you're allowing it to, run its course, and it will clear itself out. And so you'll know you've successfully surrendered a suppressed emotion by, you'll feel the release, and you'll just feel lighter and more uplifted. Like the emotion will clear out and you're like, it's gone. I feel better now. Like it's that simple. You accept, you allow, you observe, you release. And because we have so much stored in our body, this is something you want to commit to on a daily basis over a long period of time. And eventually what will happen is you will become more emotionally free, more energetically free. And as a result, things will start shifting in your reality where success and abundance and things like that will start coming in a lot effortlessly. Because this baggage is what's blocking these things from coming to you. So by doing this work, you're kind of like removing those blocks so that they can come to you. So I highly recommend to start applying that technique today, and also read the book. The book will go way more in depth, and it's just a very eye-opening book. Now, the third way to release and heal from, this past trauma and emotions is doing inner child work. Your inner child is the part of you that holds old wounds and unprocessed emotions from childhood. So healing it isn't about reliving the past. It's about comforting and soothing that part of you so your nervous system can finally relax and you stop reacting from old pain. So this is why inner child work is so powerful. And it's about reparenting that child version of you that lives within you. We all have an inner child, and this is psychology as well. So those are the 3 ways that you start clearing out this rubbish. The idea, again, is that you're going to do the work, those 3 things, working on the body to release this trapped energy, and as you do, you start releasing these rubbish bags into the bin. Release another one. And this is something that you've got to do over time. Like, you've got to commit to it over time. It's not going to happen overnight. A lot of us have a lot of baggage, right? But eventually, as you commit to this journey, all your rubbish bags will end up dumped over here in the bin. And you have been able to free yourself emotionally and energetically. Got to give you a smile. Happy! And this will also help you start raising vibration, working your way up that scale of consciousness. This is what's been holding you back and sabotaging you your entire life. So now it's time to start doing the inner work, start releasing it, so you can become lighter, freer, and start moving forward. Now, I wanted to share that I have been building a 6-month coaching program that incorporates somatic breath work, the letting go technique, and inner child work. And I will be looking for clients in the new year, 2026. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to keep yourself updated. If you got value out of this video, smash the like button or write a comment, and have an awesome day. Peace.